hi. Being here, you're either lost, confused, or on a quest. I'm Paul Skelly, head curator of the Florida State Collection of Arthropods, which is where you found yourself. This collection is part of the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services Division of Plant Industry, where our primary mission is to protect the plants in Florida by diagnosing plant pests. Anything that's suspected to be a pest can be sent in, and we'll help figure out what it is to know how to best respond to the find. The collection, which started as a reference collection within our organization, started in 1915, and in the 1960s was merged with other collections within the state to become the Florida State Collection of Arthropods by Florida statute. At that point, we had developed a research associate program so that we could collaborate with international experts, national expert students around the world. A few years later, the Center for Systematic Entomology was established, which is a nonprofit support group that offers travel grants to students to come visit the collection. Since that time, the collection has grown tremendously in numbers. We have over 10 million pinned specimens, 200,000 microscope slides, 65,000 vials of insects and other arthropods, thousands of bulk samples that still need to be processed, and a small but growing fossil insect collection. With the growth of the collection came the growth in staff. We have 8 PhD curators and over 16 additional staff that do our day-to-day business here. So why don't we hear from some of them about different aspects of the collection?
Hi, I'm James Hayden, curator of the Lepidoptera. The Lepidoptera holdings of the FSCA are curated in the McGuire Center of the University of Florida in a building next door to the DPI campus. Combined, the collections comprise several million specimens, one of the largest in the world. Regarding moths, our strengths are in Florida and the southeastern United States. Many accessions started in the 1960s with Howard Weems and company, and things really accelerated in the 1970s. Surveys in Florida are ongoing, and new state records should be deposited in the FSCA. Notable donations to the center include the moths of Dickel, Cavell, Belmont, and many amateur collectors in Florida. We also have the collections of Heitzman, Sullivan, Brew, Leuschner's Noctuids, Heichberger material from Europe and Africa, and the Kawahara lab globally. Tropical moths are mainly the efforts of Hepner in the Neotropics and Southeast Asia, also in the Caribbean by Woodruff and Dow, and in Malawi by Murphy. Butterflies include the Allen Museum, the collections of the Emil brothers, and many others. We also have a larval collection of an estimated 30,000 vials.
Hi, I'm Gareth Powell, curator of Coleoptera and Odonata here at the FSCA. In total, we have about 2.1 million curated beetles representing over 78,000 species. We are currently working to publish a catalog of our type specimens, which include around 900 primary types across the order. Our holdings continue to grow at an impressive rate with more than 50,000 beetles added on average per year. The collection is especially strong for Florida taxa, but we maintain an impressive number of specimens from across the US and Neotropics, with particularly valuable holdings from the West Indies. Due to past staff or relationships built through our research associate program, we have a great representation within the scarabs, buprestids, and meloids. But with over 40 years of continuous curator expertise in little brown beetle groups, it is not surprising that several of these families are among the most diverse and important in the hemisphere. Specifically, we have Strohecker's endomycids, Mike Thomas's years of building the sylvanids, cucugids, and laemaphiliids, and Paul Skelly's work with irritilids, a commitment I hope to continue within the nitidulids. Lastly, with the addition of both the Giesbert and Wappus cerambycid collections, our longhorn beetle holdings are among the best and most comprehensive in the New World. I also oversee the Odonate collection, which currently stands at around 1 million specimens. For the last 25 years, this collection has been largely maintained by Bill Moffrey. During this time, several large and important collections have been donated and incorporated. Most notably, the private collections of Carl Cook, Thomas Donnelly, Sid Dunkel, Dennis Paulson, and Ken Tennyson, just to name a few. With more than 3,700 species, this is possibly the largest and most complete collection of dragonflies and damselflies in the world.
Well,
Welcome to the sections of Hymenoptera, Neuroptera, and Mollusca at the Florida State Collection of Arthropods. Our collection of Neuroptera was developed by Lionel Stange, a world expert on antlions, who worked in the collection until his passing in 2020. Lionel collected throughout the world, and as a result, our holdings of this taxon are cosmopolitan and are estimated at 36,000 specimens. The Hymenoptera collection is the largest in the southeastern United States, with approximately 850,000 specimens. It contains significant holdings of ichneumoniid and braconid wasps, including many type specimens. As a result of efforts by Virendra Gupta, this collection has a strong emphasis on material from the Indian subcontinent. Our collection of neotropical orchid bees is one of the largest in the world, and our bee collection is currently the focus of an NSF-funded digitization project. We are in the process of making specimen data and high-resolution images available to the public and the scientific community to facilitate studies on pollination biology and how species distributions change in response to global warming. Taxonomic research in the collection currently focuses on parasitoids in the family Platygastroidea, which contains numerous biological control agents. Specifically, we are studying parasitoids of invasive stink bugs and pestiferous gall midges. This contributes to the preservation of Florida's agricultural economy and simultaneously expands the breadth of our Hymenoptera collection.
Hello, my name is Dr. Erin Powell. I'm the curator of the Coxoidea and Allarodidae here at the FSCA. Dr. Susan Halbert serves as the curator of the other Hemiptera. In total, the Hemiptera collection has about 450,000 pen specimens, over 75,000 slides, and several thousand vials of material and alcohol. Hemiptera is one of the most economically important groups as major pests of agriculture and vectors of plant pathogens. In addition to its vast academic value, the FSCA serves as an important reference collection to protect Florida's agriculture. Dr. Frank Mead was the original curator of the Hemiptera, excluding the Coxoidea and Allarodidae. He specialized in Saxiidae, so this part of the collection is diverse. Since 1995, Dr. Susan Halbert has curated this part of the Hemiptera. She has specialized on the vectors of plant pathogens, namely the Florida psyllids and aphids, so these parts of the collection are well curated with good species representation. We also have several notable donations from research associates. Archie Tissett and Clyde Smith contributed to the aphids, Joseph Eager, pentatomids, Alan Sanborn, cicadas, Paul Freytag, leafhoppers, Richard Baranowski, Lygioidea, Mark Rothschild, Membracity, and Lois O'Brien, Fulguroidea. The Coxoidea and Allarodidae collection is mostly made up of slide-mounted material, which represents about 1,000 species. This collection is one of the largest and most diverse in the country, with only the USNM, CDFA, and UC Davis having more holdings. Several curators have contributed to the collection, including Edward Berger, C.E. Wilson, George Merrill, Wally Deacle, Avis Hammond, Greg Hodges, Ian Stocks, and Z. Ahmed. Doug Miller has donated many specimens as well as several paratypes.
Hello, my name is Felipe Soto. I am curator of Thysanoptera, Collembola, and non-insect arthropods, and I oversee the alcohol and slide collection. The alcohol collection comprises some 200,000 vials and 1.1 million individuals, 46% of which are identified to species or genus. The slide collection includes 9,000 slide boxes and 637,000 slides. Many slides are vouchers of ecological or faunistic surveys done between 1910 and 1940 and represent the only record of some soil microarthropods for areas of South Florida that are now completely paved over. The alcohol collection is particularly rich in arachnids, and although the bulk of the vials are spiders, there are also important holdings of scorpions, diurnal legs, pseudoscorpions, and sun spiders. The most important alcohol historical collections are mumas, some spiders, causis, myriapods, and much more pseudoscorpions. The FSCA also holds the important historical type collections of pseudoscorpions, mites, and thrips by Muchmore, Denmark, and Watson. Other significant slide collections include fleas, lice, hemipterans, and sandflies.
Hello, I am Eric Rodriguez, curator of Dictera and Minors orders at the FSCA, and I am excited to share some of our holdings with you. With over 900,000 specimens, the FSCA is one of the major North American fly collections. We have about 2,600 drawers with pink specimens, at least 135,000 slide mounted specimens, 185 primary types, and many specimens to be processed. Of the 162 currently recognized families of Dictera, 113 families are represented. Due to past workers housed at the FSCA, relationships built through our research associate program, taxonomically, we have great representation within the family Acilidae, Tabanidae, Syrphidae, and Ceratopogonidae. The main sources of this family have been from Martin, Virtual, Wings, Plankton, and worse. Lastly, the collection of fruit fly larvae is possibly the largest and most complete collection in the world.
Hi, I'm Kyle Schnepp, Collections Manager here at the FSCA, and we hope you enjoyed this brief tour. We have much more to offer as our collection is continually growing. If you'd like to plan a visit, have any questions, or request a loan, you can contact us at fsca.fdax.gov. Additional information can be found at our new website, thefsca.org. Several of us will be here at the meetings and can answer any questions you have.